What is good, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. Yes, we got multiple shows today. We putting in that work today. We got a special guest, Boss Cowboy Sports. We got a lot to talk about. We gonna get the pleasantries out the way. We already know each other. We do
Yeah,
work
yeah.
with each
Hey,
other.
man, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
let's get right into it.
Let's go. Thank you.
Sidique Charles.
Wow.
Guard.
You stupid, man. Your face said it all.
Guard. Guard.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So let me go ahead and read. I'm gonna get right to it and just. So the Titans are going to need a new start at right guard. So I'm reading this from last year. Sidique Charles was listed at that spot when the team released its initial depth chart on Monday.
Right. I'm still here.
But he's no longer an option in Nashville. The Titans placed Charles on the reserve retired list on Tuesday. Charles had missed practices recently due to what head coach Brian Callahan called personal reasons. And the Titans said he then informed them of his plans to retire. And so now the Cowboys has taken him now out of retirement.
And now he's supposed to be in play to compete with Brock Hoffman. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Let me get right into it. This is what I'm talking about. This is what Voch was talking about, actually.
Exactly what he said.
This is exactly what he was talking about.
Yeah, I know where you finna go. Mm-hmm.
Voch says the main problem with the Cowboys versus our rivals who roster build, they do it massively, even though I hate them. They push guys down the roster. This right here
pushes
who up?
Hoffman.
And this is what I was talking about. This is why we were against it. But everyone, says, oh, Brock Hoffman is the clear winner. If he's the clear winner, why we ain't giving him no competition? If we believe he's like that, you should be unafraid that anybody you bring in here shouldn't, like, if you bring somebody better than him, he should outwork him.
Right. And it should be something that somebody that all of us would say is real competition. Like, because if we being honest, and I'm not trying to sell y'all no false optimism, and that's going around bad right now. It's a lot of illogical optimism being sold. So let's just use our common sense. I want to be hopeful, right? I do want to be hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
But when you hear a guy was a starter, declared the starter, and then for personal reasons missed practice, the team doesn't fire you. They say, let's not quit on them.
Right.
But what we go do is we go put them on reserved retired list. It's almost like they was trying to shake him up, right? It was almost like, remember what happened to Phillips last year, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Where he had that phantom wrist injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, my wrist fine. So the team didn't quite quit on him because they could have fired him right there.
They could have.
But he elected to retire. So you went from starting, missing practices, personal reasons, injury reserve, to walking away from the NFL. Is that not a red flag? Or
that I don't know.
Luke, can I ask you just one question real quick?
Go ahead.
What if he earns the starting job here and retire? Shouldn't I ask that question? Could that happen again?
I mean, that's the whole, they asked this question in this is the main question they be asking. Remember Dobbs, the quarterback from the quarterback Joshua Dobbs?
Yeah.
Remember the questions on him? He was an aerospace engineer.
Yeah.
See, when you're too smart or you got other things going for you, they question your, seriousness for the game. What about a guy that has literally said, yeah, I'm done? like, like you already know he's like, yeah, bro, I'm done. Like he literally did that
He literally did that as the starter.
as the starter. So as a leader, he quit.
Yeah.
And so if he does come back and he's better than Hoffman, there is like we should really question if he's going to be here for 17 games. When did he quit? Is this before we added the extra game in the season? Did he quit? Is it 16?
He quit last year, so we had 17 games.
Okay, this is recent.
Yeah, it was recent. So okay, so like what if I question Ted's love for football, but then I'm excited about this guy? What does that say about my credibility?
You got preferences.
That also probably means I'm just talking.
Right.
Because anybody that was questioning Ted's love for football to the point that they would say, let's take Ted off the list, but co-signing this, you can't trust him. You can't trust him.
They wishy-washy. They going with the win.
They going with the win. That's not consistent content. That's not consistent opinions. So it's, do we hope that he's matured? Because Lou, it could be that he's matured in a year.
This is true right here. Like the man was going through something. Not everything about. I mean, but thinking about it, like
he did. Wait, hold on. No, hell no, bro. This is what I call the illogical optimism, bro. Listen, bro.
Right.
Let me just read it, bro. Listen, bro. Charles had missed practices recently due to what head coach called Brian Callahan called personal reasons, and the Titans said he then informed them of his plans to retire. So who was the person that retired? He did. The team didn't quit on him. They was trying to, yeah. They was giving him a chance. They was like, bro, we gonna just put you on a reserve retired list. He came to them and said, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna one up that. I'm quit.
Exactly.
Oh, let's just say it in their terms. He retired. That's quit, but I say it in a way that maybe I just said nicer, I guess, like they did. He retired. It's the same thing. He quit. So yeah, we don't know what it is, right? We don't, because he said he missed practice for personal reasons. Yeah, but like, all right. So this is the thing. Yeah, personal reasons, but you was the starter. And let's just say this. Let's play this game. Let's play devil's advocate. What if it's mental health?
Do that sound like?
It sound like Mozzie.
Exactly. So you want two of them on your team?
wait. That's the point. You beat me to it. Now, let me ask you a question. Now, and we talking about the business of football. Do we care about mental health? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Is it a real thing? Absolutely. Also, if you are mentally healthy, right, would you willingly deal with people that have that's also in your business? You would probably say no. You would say, as much as I empathize with that or have sympathy about that, if I'm running a business, I'm going to say, well, I got to be careful of how that could affect what I'm trying to do with my business, my bottom line. Mm-hmm. Football is a business, right? So you can be empathetic about personal issues, but if people are having these, which happens. So perfect example, anybody would say AB wasn't the same after that hit he took. Will we agree on that?
Right.
So what was the effects of when he started acting differently?
Starting acting crazy, right?
Yeah, you start seeing weird stuff that you never saw to AB. Mm-hmm. Should your team suffer because he took a hit? Or should you say we got to make a business decision?
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a job. Like it's you can like say that's what I was saying with your job. If you had, I know our job is different from the NFL, but you still owe your employer, you know what I'm saying, some, you can't just leave room for uncertainty. You allow, people to form certain descriptions of you. You allow them to form opinions of you because of the gray area in this, All we got is he retired and he came back.
So my boy said Mozzie haven't quit on the Cowboys, nor did he give up, guys. How's the Mozzie like this dude? No, what we're saying is it was reports that he was dealing with mental illness. That's all he was saying. He's not saying that he quit.
Yeah.
Like Lewis not saying that they are exactly the same. He was saying it was reports of mental illness affecting Mozzie. Year one. That's all he was saying.
Yeah,
So he not saying Mozzie quit because Mozzie didn't show he quit. Mozzie actually showed the opposite. Mozzie showed that he was hardworking because Mozzie did some crazy things like gain back 30 pounds after having surgery. That shows work ethic,
resilience, right?
and resilience. So we're what we're saying is what we're trying to do is we're trying to interpret what this could be. That's all we're saying. And we're trying to say and ask the question, are you satisfied as Cowboy fans with this guy coming in to be competition for right guard Hoffman? Or would you want somebody like a Will Hernandez who didn't have reports like this? No, you good. My boy said, my bad, boss. You good, bro. That's why we talking through this. You know what I'm saying? Because this is different. So what you want is people that's gonna talk through this.
And it's not even that. Like, listen to reports. Mozzie had a starting job. This guy had a starting job. Mozzie didn't quit. I'm saying we're putting him in two boxes. This is two question marks,
right?
Because they shown in the past you are, what you're showing me lately, and that's all. That's all I have for you. Yeah, the future is uncertain, but you've shown me that you when things are getting tough, you know what I'm saying. You are now in that category.
Yeah, that it's a possibility.
Yeah, you are a question mark. Let's not act like employers don't do this. They'll put you in a category.
Yeah.
I'm saying from a roster construction standpoint,
right?
When we're trying to compete, when we're trying to form competition, you give Saahdiq two of those to deal with. You gave McCarthy only one. You chose to now add
give him two.
That shows how, like, we're already showing what you feel about Saahdiq. You give him a lot to handle.
And let me ask you, would you count this as a dependable roster spot? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. And it's not personal. Okay, and I'm gonna put it like this. If somebody cheated on you, would you say they wouldn't do it?
No, exactly.
They wouldn't cheat again. No, you would say, I don't think they're cheating, but it's a possibility that they could because they did it before.
Because it's that bank you're depositing into that
right.
That theoretical bank. He has deposited into at any time I can leave type of bank.
Yeah, right. That's it.
And when it's trying to make a withdrawal, I gotta go check your receipt. What you done? With the credit report done.
Yeah.
All I have is what you done.
Is what you've done. So if you was the starter before, whether it's legit or not, right? I would have to say, if I'm managing a roster, this guy has all the physical tools, but there's a possibility that he could quit. I would just have to manage it like that if I'm being responsible over my roster. So if I'm being responsible over my roster, I also, if I'm being a good manager of the roster, would then say I shouldn't count him as dependable. I should count him as physically potential, but not absolutely dependable. Let me ask you another question.
Go ahead.
If you quit, you played offensive lineman. If you quit the NFL, do you think he immediately started working out?
No.
I would assume no. Now, if he did not, that says a lot about him in a good way, right? So it's two ways to look at this. Maybe he wanted to get out of there so bad. Let's look at let's give a positive potential, right? Because it's two possibilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
He could be the type of guy that's like, this place is toxic. Y'all not gonna do me like this.
Mm-hmm.
I know my value. I'm out.
Right.
I ain't quit. I just quit y'all.
But what does that say though?
What I'm sometimes that's some, and I'm giving it the other side of it.
I know,
it could
but
be that I know my worth, and I'm not gonna put up with politics and all the stuff that I'm seeing here if it's legit. I'm just giving another possibility.
Yeah, but let's be for
other
real,
than just a negative one. It could be like one of those because Mike McCarthy low key quit. Right,
he did this quiet quit. He quiet quit.
Yeah, but it was over principle, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a principled quit. It was, oh, y'all gonna try to put Jason Witten under me? That's a principled quit, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's a quiet quit.
I'm being fair to Sidique too. So I'm saying it's not that he could be a quitter. He could be somebody that know his value. So I'm giving two sides of it too. So it's one of those things to where I think we should just,
But let's I gotta, because the thing is, I'm an old lineman. I'm gonna tell you why that can't be the case.
Okay, talk to me. I want to hear this.
When you are old lineman, I said this before, you are considered a unit. You're not even counted as one full guy on the roster. You are 1/5 of a guy, if you will. Like when a coach say, where my old line at, y'all better be together. When we eating, y'all better be together. In the meeting, y'all better be together. And you're the starting lineman.
Yeah.
So you're leading it off. So if you quit on one group, when we in the thick of it, you know what I'm saying, long drives and all, you quit on one group, how can I trust you to now commit to a better group? Because you got better dudes around you, so your love is conditional?
No. I got a good answer to that. Lou, I was playing football at the University of Houston. One of them tight end coaches called me boy. Not that one.
Yeah.
The boy, you know what I'm saying? The pick cotton type. I took my helmet off and I said, mother effer, don't you ever in your life call me boy.
Right.
Now, I could have quit. And I would have been in the right. I wouldn't have been quitting on my team or nothing because I took a principled stand on what he did, which was outright racist. You feel? And that really happened to me. Am I wrong? Did I quit on my team, Lou?
I got even better story because I got.
I want to hear this. See, because
yeah, y'all gonna get to know me today. I actually.
Did that happen to you?
Yeah, because I was transferring. Because I transferred and I quit. It was a change in coaching staff.
Oh, look at this.
Change in coaching staff, right? And I was already, because my coach brought me in and he recruited me and they fired him. Like I was like, I'm in Arkansas, bro. I want to go back home to Texas. I was in that type of mode, and they didn't have my major.
Yeah,
dude. If you watch this, crazy dude called my mama. Because she was like, hey, we being real. We just thinking about it. I want them closer because, hey, I ain't gonna lie, it get rough. In certain parts of Arkansas. Y'all know them. I was in PB. I was at UAPB.
The South is real. The South is real. Talk, because I was in the South when that happened to me.
Dude cussed out my mama. My mama told me. So I think it was like all season workouts, and he came and made it a mission like to come at me. I said, motherfucker, like we on what's the name? Hey, yeah, I turned it. I got my mama tongue that day. I got that old West Dino tongue that day, and I went off on him. And I had to.
So see, we being fair. That's what we doing. See, we throwing out possibilities. That's all we doing.
It could have.
Right, because this could be a reason why the Cowboys took him back. It could have been we sat down with you. You actually didn't quit, right? See, we talking it through, right? It could be one of those you actually didn't quit. What you did is you quit a toxic situation.
You escaped.
Man, there it is. You escaped. You stayed in shape, and you ready to go. And let's not go compete here. It could be that. So,
But is so because like Henny just said it. So we got to look at the film. I ain't gonna lie, but the fact that he was a starting caliber lineman at one point, and we got a guy who ain't really started a full season. Is Hoffman in danger?
it depends on. That's why I said, do you think he stayed in shape? You know what I mean? Because I
Right.
think it's hard for an offensive lineman to get out of a regimented environment. Cause see, that's the thing about football. When you play it, Lou played it, I played it. We work hard by ourselves. It's much easier to work when you are in a regimented environment. When y'all gonna be here at 2, you gonna have 2 hours of weights, and then we gonna go outside in this heat and we go all run.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier to do that when you looking left and right and your boss is feeling the pain with you. But when you now have to go pay a trainer to say, okay, me and you quiet and by ourselves with nobody else out here, it's going to be hitting it hard. It's hard to be just in that same groove than when Lou with me and Lou standing over me. Let's go, Marcus. Let's go, boss. Let's go. And I'm hitting the waist. I'm like, we see when you doing that by yourself, it's different, huh, Lou? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You get an addict. You get
juice from your boys
in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? What is it? I forgot the scripture, but it's not good for man to be alone. I forgot this. It's like Isaiah or something like that. It basically says, when two come together, it's even better than one working alone. And that's how it is in football. Yes,
Yeah.
motivation, and like-minded people.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna just conclude that I hope the best. You know what I mean? I hope the best for this guy.
Really? What team? What school he went to?
LSU national
Oh,
champion.
he was on the Burt. Oh,
He was on the national championship team,
and he played with somebody I know.
and
Then
that line was the best line unit, graded the best line unit in football that year. I remember.
they had some boys from DeSoto on there. I remember too. Yeah.
So it's interesting, and I think we covered him fair. I think we gave the potential bad. Then we gave, I think, the other side of a possibility of what could have also made them embrace him. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just praying for competition. That's it. I just want competition.
Now I want to ask another question then. Does that take away our vision for Booker?
Hell no.
Hell no. I'm with you. No, it does not. It does not.
It it pushes old dude they got earlier. Somebody finally we can get rid of. I saw some linemen on this roster I ain't never heard of. We can Matt Walesko. Ball like
why we counting them?
And then Henny gonna be talking about, well, they been here working. Let's get them. No, I ain't giving.
Henny, shut up. Shut up, Henny. No, that's my dog. Henny, don't you start that.
We're gonna have to give Jalen Cropper a shot too, right?
Yeah, man. Nah. So if any of y'all thought we was taking Book off our dream list, the answer is hell no. No, sir. Like, absolutely. I still have the vision.
No, we still in play, man. And hey, stop telling me Nathan Thomas. We ain't seen that man play a preseason. Can we see a preseason game? Can I see him run in some workouts? Can I see him do some 10-1-10s before I can get confident in him? Come on, man. We're gonna leave that. But let's get right into the bulk of this cornerback.
You should hold on. Before we go, I did want to address that because it's a lot of talk about we got so much depth. The depth is good. I mean, let me just ask y'all a question. Is it quantity or quality? It's a simple question. Okay, let me just go through some names that y'all know. Is Josh Ball quantity or quality?
Shoot, I don't even want to give him a side. He the others.
Right. Is Matt Walesko quantity or quality?
He below the others. He just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just out there getting cardio. You know.
Yeah. So
You.
so anyway, listen, and I'll say this because I see y'all. I understand y'all want the weapon. It ain't our fault.
It's not.
It's
It's
not our
not. It's
fault.
just how it lined up. Everyone like
It's free agent. It's front office fault.
it's
It's
front
not our
office.
fault. It's they left us with the holes. So that's why we have the internal wars. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me ask you a question. Let me ask y'all a question. If we had Amari Cooper back on this team, would y'all be fighting us right now about being physical? Be honest. I want y'all to be honest in the chat. I see y'all responses coming in. If you had Amari Cooper coming in as a number 2, would y'all be, I want a weapon, boss. I don't want offensive line. Or would you be like, just get the best player? Just be honest. Can we try honesty real quick?
He said it is y'all fault.
Yeah, it's your fault, Henny. It's your fault.
You didn't push hard enough last year.
Yeah, that's your fault. You didn't push hard enough.
You should have got. We should have got something right after Dak had that good season. Boom. Give him some more.
You say Ball not on the team. Ball not on the team no more.
He not.
So I need to pull up the depth chart. Let me pull up the depth chart.
I got my guy that came out with me, that played with me. He played at Frisco. Jack Anderson. He a center.
Yeah, hold on.
And then
y'all, yeah, man. Y'all ain't gonna sabotage our dream. I know y'all want to sabotage our dream. See, Paul kept it real. He said I would be saying BPA. See, D Block kept it real. Can you show the BPAs? Can you show the people that actually got honest hearts? Like this is what you call an honest heart. See, Henny ain't gonna respond because he ain't honest. He ain't honest, man.
He said, "Oh no, it's wide receiver or die." BPA, man.
I just said that. I just asked. See, can y'all
Yeah.
keep it real for one damn second instead of fighting unrighteously? Let's try righteousness, right?
If BPA neither running back, receiver, or O-line, if y'all okay with it? Nah, if it's that, we need to trade back. But
yeah. And see, look, we got us another one. Dallas Cowboys hit a BPA. You see the difference? You see the difference? Yeah, you see when if front office would have got the guy, we wouldn't even be having no fight. So y'all mad at us, and we not the bad guy because we have a vision of whooping people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we also have a vision of a weapon. We just don't agree on when y'all want us to get it. That's it. We want a weapon. We just don't agree on when. You know?
Right.
And listen, the front office still got $30 million. It's still people like Amari sitting out there, Keenan Allen sitting out there. What's up, boy from Seattle?
Lockett.
Lockett's still sitting out there. So let's not act like if we don't get the weapon that they don't got no options. They have options to go get wide receiver
and
too,
there's
y'all.
always a trade.
And there's always a trade. So y'all mad at us. You literally mad at Lou and me for wanting to be physical. Do y'all realize that?
That's all I want. I swear to God.
That's all I want.
That's all I want. I just want to be physical. I'm tired of getting punched in the mouth. I'm tired of getting broken down. The Bills broke us down. The Packers broke us down. Y'all ain't tired of breaking down. Weapons ain't gonna say that. I'm like, it's just football. You scoring more ain't gonna do it when they trying to keep you off the field. That's the whole point. We had number one offenses before. We had it, and we still lost. Why? Because we couldn't. When it was time when they slowed the game down, they was like, yeah, we still throwing haymakers. They going for our core.
And I do value, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. I do value that the 3 best offensive line minds in the space agree on Booker. That don't mean none of y'all. Like I do want everybody to always be independent, but that should say something when Vach, Lou, and the OC all agree. That's
on a guard.
On a guard.
Like y'all guards are not valued. Only Boss said it. When they break through the seal, come on, man. Like,
and see, you know what? I think it is, man. I think it's because y'all played offensive line. People automatically think y'all biased towards offensive line.
They think I want anyone. I keep saying I don't want everyone. I'll be mad with y'all if we took Membo.
Yeah.
I'll be
say that again, bro.
I will be sitting here. Hey, I'll matter of fact, I'll work even harder because I'll break him down. Y'all will know y'all will know what he ate this morning by the time I get down
Ooh,
breaking down.
ooh,
Man, I got him
ooh.
in the lab right now. You know, for a CFT because he was like, it's a real it's a real possibility they may do that because
I
the
think it's
Cowboys
a possibility too,
they
bro.
got a CEO mindset up here because you know what's the name worried
Ooh, you
about that
preach
budget. He
that
worried about
budget.
that budget is king.
That budget is key.
And because if he trying to get somebody off the books, he gonna replace him. And guess what? We're gonna be right here back to see if y'all go our way. We ain't picking O line in the future.
Can you show D Block coming right here?
Mm.
He said, "I take their word for it, boss." I'm gonna tell you why D Block said that. I'm gonna tell you why D Block said that. He watched the OC when everybody was booing Tyler Smith. He watched it. D Block, what did the OC do when everybody was booing that pick? What was he doing? Did he falter? Did he waver? Or did he say, Cowboy Nation, I know y'all mad, but the Dallas Cowboys just got the guy. Did he? It was on draft day. Did he not? Yeah. Did he not? So was he being biased or was he telling y'all the truth? Was he telling y'all the truth? When everybody was mad, because I was right there when everybody was burning down the whole building. I was right there when everybody was getting up, walking off mad. And I was saying, y'all, that was the best pick, y'all. That was the best pick. And then the OC grabbed the mic from me and was like, let me explain it to him, boss. I'm like, go, bro, because I can't do it. They think I'm a corner. They think I'm just talking, right?
Right.
And he sat there and he said, listen, y'all, this dude, Tyler Smith, got back-breaking strength.
And I saw that film. Oh, he was not lying.
Yeah, and he broke it down. And see, that's why D Block said, I take their word for it. See, it's easy to assume our motives are off when you got a different idea. You know what I'm saying? Why not just believe that we want to whoop people ass up front? Why can't we just believe that? Why that's the shit, especially with the track record of people. So OC last year, listen, every year I told the OC this. Every draft pick, I'm getting up, bro. If it come down between me and you making a prediction on that pick, I'm getting up. You know why? He has hit 100% every time.
He had me on that Guyton pick last year. He's like, oh, this is the pick. I was like,
yeah,
really? That wasn't even on my
said,
radar.
I had guy too. So it's like the people that be right the most, y'all trust the least. What's up with that? You know, it's like, what's up with that? Now, shouldn't most people be like D Block and say, hey man, I might not agree with you, but I trust you. I know you're not trying to play me. This ain't got to know doing right. We just want to whoop ass. Can't we just want to whoop some ass? So
I don't be doing it like this. So I don't see y'all be
what's I say?
See, I'll be showing low. Like I show plays where
Man,
he won. I'm just being for real. Like if an O line when we went to film, it wasn't a highlight section. You dreaded going to film because you know that one. You know what play it was. Play 178 at the end of the third quarter. Boy, dude beat me. And coach, you it may not be in a sight, but coach he gonna sit back with that little laser. What happened right here, Lou?
Yeah, exactly.
What happened right here? And you know what? The whole team right there looking at you, look at coach, look at you, looking at coach, and that's how it be.
Ask Star this, Star. You got to answer too, Star, and I love you, but you got to answer this question and answer it honestly. If we got Amari Cooper, would you be team weapon? I need you to answer, Star. Ed Henny, I need y'all to answer that right now. If we got Amari Cooper as our number 2, would you still be team weapon? Or would you then be like, get the best player? Or would you also be for team whoop ass? Because see, I want to say, instead of saying team trenches, I want to start saying team whoop ass. Because that's what because that's Votch anthem. Whoop ass.
Yes.
See, I get it. I get why you say it. That's what people don't understand. That's what the trench is about. I need y'all to answer though. I need an answer before we move on to corners.
Do y'all trust Hoffman to display somebody against his will? That's bigger than him.
I ain't looked at Hoffman film yet, so I don't got no comment.
I don't. But yeah, you got a super chat, I think.
I don't see it. Can you read it? I don't see it.
Oh, you can't see it on the screen?
I can't see it.
Okay, so it says 199. Oh, is this to me?
Oh, Kenny Grant,
Yeah.
DT from Michigan, stop the run. Oh, I love that pick.
I love that. If we trade back, everybody see
I love that.
Henny gonna hate me. He gonna be like, oh, let's target Abuka. But I'm targeting Grant or Williams.
Oh, look at Henny. Henny, I hate you, bro. You're such a liar. Henny
He
is the
said,
biggest liar.
he said he needs to be wide receiver 3.
That boy's a liar, dog. You lying,
He
boy.
wanted a receiver that bad, man. Y'all want to keep throwing the ball right.
He lying, bro. He ain't telling the truth. No, I ain't gonna assume my boy lying because because people do that to us. They think we
He
lying.
trolling.
I ain't
He
gonna assume he might be trolling though.
He trolling.
I think he trolling. I think he in that I'm trying to win at all costs type bull crap. He be doing that sometimes.
Yeah, he won't. He tired of
He don't relinquish.
Team weapon tired of Jalen. They tired of her name. That's all.
I do want to say this about Team Weapon though, and I said this to start over the phone. They do have a good point though of being scared and nervous about
100%.
They have a point. See, they think we don't understand them. I understand y'all. I understand everybody that's out there like, bro, get it out the way. Even if it's a reach, get it out the way, bro. Yeah, I watched Amari. Bro. I did a whole film session on 5 of them, bro. Amari was the first person I did. Yeah. Amari good enough to be the number 2. He ain't the number 1 no more, but he'll be a solid number 2. I'm certain of that. Right now, he'll be a good number 2. So no,
I just view it different. I'm just like, we don't need it'd be nice to have a dog next to CD. We just need somebody to just occupy the eyes of the defense.
Win. And see, this is
free
also,
up.
and this is where you got to be honest, Henny. If you put Amari on nickelbacks and number 2s all day, you telling me he ain't gonna win, bro? Let's be honest now. Amari going against number 2s and nickels. What's gonna happen? Be honest. What is he gonna do with Dak? Be honest now. If we got Amari back, but let me say this though, real quick though, just because I do want to say this. This is the fear that Team Weapons have. They fear Tolbert and Mingo as the number 2.
Yeah,
and that's a legit fear.
Legit.
That's a legit fear. And I would say this. I also fear that front office might try to push that on us. I think that's legit fear too. So all the Team Weapons out there, I want to tell y'all, I love you. I think you guys are wise. I think you guys have a legit concern. I think like I'm scared with y'all. I'm just not as scared as y'all.
Yeah, you a fool. But listen, hey, before we go to this next topic, we're gonna take a like break. We got 180 people in here. I don't know how many people like, but make sure to like and subscribe. If y'all over here from my channel, subscribe to Boss. He'll put on a great show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if y'all liking what y'all hearing from me, subscribe to me. But we appreciate all of y'all for being in the chat. But we're gonna get right into why I even called Boss for this show.
Let's get it.
We're gonna do some draft talk. Cornerback, the cornerback position, the guru himself, Boss of the Cowboy Nation. This cornerback class is not talked about enough.
Whew, it's fire.
And every time, like if sometimes I'll venture into draft side of football who don't have a team. They just talk about all the draft. And when they talk about cornerbacks, they're like, oh, there's not many cornerbacks deep in the draft. And then I had to look for myself.
Woo, hey, lying.
I'm like, oh, maybe they just like flashy guys. Maybe they want more names, or maybe they ain't turning on that film. But everybody has somebody,
bro.
So talk about just talk about what you look for in a cornerback and what Dallas needs in a cornerback.
A good question, bro. I love that question, man. When I look for a cornerback, I look for consistency. I look for technical intelligence. And I look for fundamentals. I look for somebody that's also especially technically sound with their feet.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to do the right things with your feet, play in and play out,
Right.
I want to see, and I saw this with so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
I especially want to see the types that know how to play on what I call that upfield shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see one more thing. I want to see what I call speed control.
Right.
So speed control is corners that know how to run fast, but not at top speed. Because if you're a corner that know how to run fast, but not at top speed, that allows you to be able to stop.
Because
So,
of control.
control. I call it speed control. So when you got real good fast corners, but you can so like you used to go to track meets.
Yeah, I did try it. Yeah.
Did you do like shot put?
I did shot put. I was there.
So
Yeah.
you used to see the meets.
I see the
So
meets.
I'm gonna give you a perfect way to explain how to see speed but under control. It's like that person that's running a 200 or 400 versus a 100.
I always said the fastest people, football wise, run the 2.
Yeah. So it's like when you can run that 2, because the 2 looks strong. It don't look fast, it looks strong. It's a difference when you running the 2 and
2
the
are
100.
hurdles.
The 100 is just like a pow. It's like
Yes.
you see strength in that too, because it's you can lose it at the top. When you get at the top of your speed, that's when you sometimes see the balls at their real speed. They'll just keep going and they get stronger. It's different, but I'm trying to explain how you can see it on film. It's like watching somebody run a 200 versus the 100. They still moving, but they not at that just, like they all out break.
It's a full like stride.
It's a full stride. Or like watching somebody run a 400. It's more like watching somebody run a 400. Because like, for instance, when I used to run track, I could run a 21, right? But if I ran a 400, my first 200 was gonna be a 23 or 22. So it wasn't as fast as I could go, but it was under control and still fast. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to teach people how to look at people and see that type of, and that's super important when you're watching corners. If you watch corners where they out of control running and a receiver stop and they can't stop, that's because they wasn't what I call under speed control. So those are the things I look for. And these guys, almost all of them had it. I'll put it like this. I've never had this many 3 stars in a cornerback group. Never. Since I've been doing
Explain your stars.
So 3 stars is I love you. 4 stars is I will marry you. 2 stars is I like you a lot and you fit. 1 star is you're good and you can develop. If I don't give you no stars, you at least made it. I still will want you on the team. That's how I see you. You know what I'm saying? That's my star system. And so I think I got like 11 or 12 corners with 3 stars or higher.
So
and I'm gonna tell everybody this: whoever say who the best corner is, they lying, bro.
Exactly, because even the guys who at the top, we can talk about the top guys. Like, so the consensus, like first round, what I've been seeing mocks projected, it's been 3 guys. It's been Will Johnson, or you could count Travis Hunter, because I believe he's a corner. I've been saying he was a corner for what, months now, because come on now, he with Dion all this time. But and then Jahdae Barron.
Yeah.
So if the Cowboys do go corner in the first round, and I know we like 11 to 12 guys. You like 11, 12 guys. Is there somebody that you would say, this is 12 worthy?
Jahdae Barron easy. I wouldn't cry at all. I wouldn't be mad at all. I'd be like, yep, you got a problem? Like, I'll look at anybody and say, you got a problem with that? Like, you better not. Yeah, I'll be all the way cool with Jahdae Barron.
What about the fan who's worried about the height? And do you think we got a height preference? Because I saw Will and Will Steele and Foots talk about this, maybe because you remember Eberflus, he was here with I forgot his D coordinator, but when he was here in Dallas, and his D coordinator preferred a certain archetype of corner.
Yeah.
Now I ain't the one of the I ain't look, if you can play, you can play. Because even the smallest guys, they got more. They more built low to the ground. They can get out their breaks faster. I would take that, especially with the smaller guys. I just mainly look on film how you do versus contested guys. If you're just getting beat too bad versus guys stronger than you, if you're not playing through hands, you know what I'm saying. Are you afraid of us wanting a specific type, or tell us why we shouldn't be worried about that for Jahdae Barron?
Cool. And then I want to also Do you know how to share your screen?
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Go to this site right here where we can also put people eyes on who we talking about. Go to NFLDraftBuzz.com cornerback and then share your screen. And then we'll go, we'll start talking to some of these guys. Cause some of these people, they not, up on the draft, and we want to put some faces on these boys. So when they coming up in the draft, we want you to be like, that's who they was talking about. That's who they were talking about. All right. And then my boy also said, Kenneth Wright said, Lou, what's your channel? And then I answer that question.
It's at LOU.takes. Lou Takes.
Lou Takes, dog. And Kenneth Wright a good one, bro. He go fuss at you every now and then, but he cool people. He go tell you what he think, though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He don't hide. He go tell you. You know what I'm saying? So what's up, Kenneth? So this is my talk about that.
Can you see it?
I see it. It look good.
Okay.
It look good. So if you scroll down, we'll be able to go through any one of those corners whenever we ready. You can hit Control Plus, it'll make it bigger too. Control Plus.
There we go.
Man, you see, I got you, Lou.
Yeah.
I got you, Lou. I got you.
So turn on these ads.
Yeah, just turn off the ads. So So this is my thoughts on this, and I agree with Will McClay because Will McClay also talked about this. So Will McClay probably was a person actually, and let's just think about this. Do you play cornerback with your head?
With your head? Kind of
like soccer. Think about it.
No. Oh, you don't.
You don't play soccer with your head. So what do you play corner with?
Hands and feet.
Right. So why would height be more important than wingspan?
Right.
See, that's one thing about Jordan Lewis. He might not have been tall, but he had a wingspan.
Right.
So some of the discussions that we used to knock people off, when we really think about it, it was always womp womp. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like I would care about your height if it was soccer. Because I might need that inch if you're trying to make a play with your head, because they do make plays with their head. You don't make plays with your head in football. You make it with your hands.
Right.
So I could care less about your height. What I care about is your vert, your explosiveness, and your wingspan. That tells me, do you have the ability to get your hands on the ball, right? Because like, for instance, when you look at Horn, when he played Pitts was what? He tall, but Horn could jump out the gym. You see what I'm saying?
None of that worked.
So it didn't work. And Pitts had a baby vertical. People forgot that. He had a baby vertical. I think his vertical was only maybe 35. You know what I'm saying? It was very baby.
But taller people got smaller verticals than short.
Yeah.
Smaller verticals, and shorter people,
Yeah. So to answer your question, I don't get wrapped up in that. I get wrapped up in your wingspan and your vertical and your explosiveness. And then, can you high point the ball?
Right.
Are you a cornerback that know how to go get the ball at its highest point? Because I don't care how tall you are. If that receiver has a better ability at tracking, height ain't gonna do nothing if you lose the ball. Like, for instance, Nashawn Wright used to always be in great position, and he was 6'4", and they would still catch fades on him because he couldn't high point. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't his skill set. So when I'm looking at corners, one of the main things I want to see in your background if you play corner is baseball. If you was a corner that played baseball, usually them dudes are dogs when it come down to high point. People don't know why Dion was so cold. Why do you think Dion caught every interception like it was nothing? Because that baseball comes way faster than a football. You see what I'm saying? A baseball will be flying at you. So if you making plays in baseball and that old slow ass football, and you got a dude who been catching little baseballs his whole life, so I look at your tracking ability, your tracking background. I look at your vertical, your wingspan, and your explosiveness.
One thing I like about Barron that I'll be paying attention to, and with cornerbacks, he was a great run defender. He'll come up in the alley as in the forest, and he'll be active even at his size. So I love guys who are not big in stature like the other ones, but play bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's an attitude thing. That's something that everybody don't have. Just our boy who we got, or they were Remember on Sunday we were talking about a guy Jack Jones and
Yeah.
how he didn't tear up that guy coming across that drag.
Yeah, exactly.
I told you. I said I know about 11 people in the draft. Jade Barron one of 11 people that tear your ass up and come across the middle of the field.
He not greedy for tackles though. He ain't trying to get up on that stat sheet.
Exactly.
You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, like
if it come his way, he gonna make the play, but he not also that dude that's gonna jump on piles. If that makes sense. Like I still like greedy corners. He not greedy for tackles. He'll kind of slow up as the play kind of a little bit too fast. He'll slow up a little bit too fast to me. But that's something to where the right coordinator coach it out of him. You know what I'm saying? That just kind of like run through the whistle type.
Right.
He's not a run through the whistle type. He's kind of like, it's not finesse. It's not pretty boy. It's just like, it's like when I'm training corners, I don't want you to assume that the play over when it might not be. That would be my only knock on him. And that's very little, bro. That's very little. That's me being technical as hell. Picky as hell. But I would be that type of coach where I would coach the details out of you if I'm coaching you. But that would be my very small knock. But all the athleticism, all the dog, play good in big games. I could see him becoming one of the best corners in the league. But I swear to God, I think this class go alternate on who the best. I think one year it might be Barron, then the next year it might be Travis Hunter, then the next year it might be Benjamin Morris. Because that's how the corners are now. You notice that? The best corners are alternating now. It used to be
sauce.
Yeah, it used to be clear cut. This is the number one corner year in, year out. You can't say that no more. They kind of alternate. One day it'll be Alexander, one day it'll be Sauce, one day it'll be Diggs.
Surtain.
It's changing. Like, that's the league now. You know what I'm saying? Where corner is starting to equal out to me.
So one guy we're gonna talk about before we talk about one of your favorite guys, this guy right here, because he was a visit and there's a lot of buzz around him being the second round pick. Shavon Ravel out of ECU. He had an injury, come from a smaller school, but listen, I don't care because we had a guy we could have had on our team from the same school that had the same mentality. So he played on the same defense. How did you like Ravel coming out?
I did.
You didn't?
A little bit too stiff for me.
Stiff.
Especially when I was watching so many fluid corners. And you know, he one of those guys I go take a look at again because I keep hearing so many good things about him. I think one of the things that a lot of people like about him is that 6'2", them long arms,
right?
The physicality. But Law always talk about some people having oil in their hips. And I would want a little bit more oil in his hips. But I'll go take another look because there's so many people keep bringing them back up. It's making me say, did I miss something? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm feeling that about a couple of people. I do got to listen. Like, oh, maybe we watched the wrong game and everything like that.
Yeah, and that happens. You know, so that happens.
Morrison is a injured guy that you do like, right?
Love him.
Yes.
Love.
So he got like what, 4 stars?
Let me see what I gave. Because I got my notes in front of me in case you ask questions.
Why you did? I'm gonna just say the one thing I love about him. When I love watching in corners, I love somebody who's aware and know how to utilize space like very well. Like what I mean by that, like you talk that okay, the out of bounds is the extra defender, but now a lot of corners remember that as they fighting on that island.
Yeah,
and I think. When I watch him play, and especially versus him versus Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, that's the game.
That the quarterback had to look away because he was like, "Nah, it ain't happening over here." He may look open, but I'm right there.
Exactly. It is. And see, I'm big on that. I go look at what you do against the best, and he won that matchup. And Harrison was the best last year. He was the clear number one. Harrison Jr. was the clear number one. Yes. And clean cut guy, physical. It was hard for me to find a flaw in him, bro. It was he the type of dude that he gonna be good. He gonna be real good in the league, bro. I would bet $1 million this dude is gonna be one of them ones, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why, honestly, I swear to God, I can't really say who my number one in this corner is. I got Travis Hunter the number one because he showed a lot of dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean in a bad way. I mean like
Like
in a good way.
that good way, like that Baylor
Like
game.
yeah, like
Mm.
just dog. He's a way more dog corner than he is receiver. He's Travis my number one, but that dude, it's hard to not make this dude my number one.
It's
Man.
not. The only thing holding him back is the injury. That's
Yes,
it.
That's it.
And it's a hip injury too.
Yeah, that's what's scary. That's extremely scary.
Oh, he gonna be. And I hope he's not a what if. I hope because watching his film, he had probably the most satisfying film.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
type of film, you gotta put some jazz on. Get you some.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got teaching tape. He got teaching tape.
He
for
got
sure.
teaching tape, man. And but see, I love your honesty, because Benjamin Morrison, remember that hip is what killed the career of Byron Jones.
Mm.
And my friend, he's a trainer, real truth. He was training Byron Jones.
So
I'm gonna say this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
My friend showed a lot of integrity, because when you're an NFL trainer, you can get a lot of free layups of referrals from teams, right? So like obviously like what's the trainer, the offensive line trainer?
Duke, yeah.
Yeah, so Duke got a pipeline that's coming from teams now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically that's like cash on cash on cash on cash. So like let's just say if your phone ring and it's Will McClain say, hey man, we got some corners, we recommend that they go work out with you. So that's basically 10 to 50 to 100 to 200,000, sometimes $500,000, depending on the player, right? Just it's big money in training, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my boy told the truth. He was like, he don't need to have that surgery. It's gonna destroy his career.
So he should.
But it also dried up his pipeline a little bit too.
Oh,
his pipeline came back.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? He was right. You know what I'm saying? And the right type of people will look at that. The right type of people say, I like people that tell me the truth when it's not popular. See, that was integrity. That was integrity to say, now everybody over here saying had a surgery, and the trainer like don't. And then if you go look at my boy Real True track record, Mo could have had that same surgery, and he told Mo not to have that surgery, and working out with my boy Real Truth restored Mo Claiborne's career. That's who the OC training with now. That's who he's a co-trainer with. So the OC trainer, offensive lineman and defensive lineman, he trained the athletes. You know what I'm saying?
So he working with Real Truth?
Yeah, ain't that dope?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, I'm jealous, bro. I'm over here jealous. I'm like, bro, y'all need to call me, dog. I could go help them. I promise I could. I could go help them corners. I promise. Corners and safeties. I promise. I'm a dope trainer. I promise you I could. The only problem with them is Real Truth got a philosophy is that as a trainer, you do work out with your guys.
Oh,
so he'll pull you out of he'll pull you out of old man, bro. You'll be out there in shape like a bug. He'll be like, boss, you can't come in here until you lose 30 pounds. That's how he is. You got to come here and show a six-pack. You gonna be working with these boys. That's why the OC getting slammed, bro. That boy OC looking good out there though. But anyway, going back to Benjamin.
He goes second round, maybe first.
But going back to Benjamin, that hip is risky, man.
It is. It's a very risky. Hopefully he doing it right. I really do. I don't wish, of course.
Just hopefully it's not over for him. Because not having a hip and playing corner, you out of there. Hips is everything in corner. That's how you turn. That's how you plant. That's how you drive. That's everything. So it's a high risk, high reward with him.
What's another guy that you just absolutely
Maxwell Harrison. Maxwell Harrison, bro. Maxwell Harrison, bro. Yes, indeed. Absolutely, Maxwell Harrison. That's my guy, bro. So he's somebody who obviously, great Senior Bowl.
And phenomenal. He had a great week.
Yeah, great week. And he one of those guys. I love it when the whole team say at the end of practice, when the whole team says, who is the guy that y'all want to compete? And the team picked him. See, to me, when you the alpha of the alphas,
Yeah. Yeah.
the boys got to realize them boys at the senior bowls, they were all the alphas of their team. So when you the one that they say, who do y'all want to be the person at the end of practice to represent? And they say him.
Yeah. I mean, he got out of this world speed for one.
Out of this world speed.
He can one, and another thing I like, man, he can carry a route. He can carry that over route.
Yeah,
And he's
easily.
sticky.
Yeah.
Sticky. You know what I'm
Very.
saying? Like not leaving an inch for the quarterback.
And he has what I call, remember I said speed control?
Mm-hmm.
That's him, bro. That dude that'll be running real fast, but not running fast.
Yes.
That's important. And he has that in spades. He has that's what excellent speed. So he is somebody I'm super big on. Let me go to my notes again. Give me 1 second. Let me go to my notes. Okay. And I got some sleepers in here too. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, you can go over them too. Yeah.
I got some sleepers in here. Obviously, my top sleepers, I'm gonna come all the way to the bottom. Kobe Bryant.
Kansas.
Yes. 3-star sleeper. That's why I said that this draft, you'll be able to get a starting corner as late as the 4th, maybe the 5th, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Kobe Bryant, he's also somebody with excellent speed control, but he's taller. He's a little slim, you know what I'm saying? At least in his uniform. But he's a 3-star corner that I have. I'm gonna tell you a guy that most people not even talking about at all, and I don't know why. Jalen Smith from USC.
I watched this film. Hey,
that's Jordan Lewis part 2 to me.
Feisty.
Yeah, very scrappy, very physical. He plays. See, the thing about Jordan Lewis that never got old. The thing about Jordan Lewis that never got old was that sure tackling feistiness about him. That's Jalen Smith, bro. To me, in spades, and
he would thrive in Fluce's scheme, especially if the whole point of Fluce is to put that umbrella up. They always remember them terms. They said the umbrella, Fluce's umbrella, which means they protecting everything over the top, so they want everything to be underneath. Yeah. He gonna be a sure tackler. You know what I'm saying?
He's a sure tackling. He's physical. He's the type of guy that, in my opinion, he would light up training camp.
Oh yeah,
people will start falling in love with him fast. I mean, real fast. You know what I'm saying? It'll be lightning fast. Like, and it's because when you see a corner that's willing to come up and be physical all the time and consistent, plays with a lot of passion, that's him. You know, so
he'll fight through a bubble screen too. He'll blow it up
all day. Yeah, he'll blow it up.
Like, he'll blow it up.
It's hard to find corners that's like, man, it's hard to find corners that's willing to come up hard and fast. He'll come up hard and fast. But he also has great feet too. So he covers well too. So he just ain't no, he ain't just no booth, right? He's somebody that can cover. He's somebody, if you let him play and you let him develop, he gonna be a solid starter in the league.
Right.
He gonna be a very solid starter in the league. I guarantee you, he'll be one of your best nickels in the league. I would guarantee that. Yeah. I guarantee it. I want to talk about one more guy, and I want to get your opinion on him, just to make sure I ain't crazy. Jabbar Muhammad.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say him.
What's your thoughts on him?
Man, what I wrote down. I liked him. I saw what you saw. I've been following him for a while. He out of DeSoto. I think he came out around the same time as me, Feisty.
Yeah.
He came from Oregon as well, right? Well, he was also at Washington, I think he transferred twice, right?
Yeah.
And in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I saw what you saw.
I see Baby Revis.
Whew.
This is what I mean by that. Not Revis, but what I mean, Revis-ish. I gotta say that. So that mean in the family. Super quick. It's a quickness that's like based on a low center of gravity that almost you only see in smaller corners. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He has an unusual quickness.
dexterity. Yeah,
Yeah, man. It's one of those where I see him being also a top nickel. Like if we need a nickel late, that guy. You know what I'm saying? I would fully trust it. I think he go compete well in the NFL. Obviously, that 5'9" though.
yeah. That's on the lower end. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying. We don't have his arm measurements. Hopefully, he a long armed guy, like you said.
And we need his vertical too. So
Right.
those are the things that I would need him to have. Let me look that up real quick. I'm gonna look him up. Y'all give me 1 second.
Smoke one for you. Said check your Twitter messages. Got you one.
Little mama, what's wrong with little mama? What's wrong with little mama?
Yeah.
Little mama. I'm gonna try to see what's the most important. Yeah. This corner class though, bro. I swear, bro, I can't make up my mind on this one. Okay, so let me see. His wingspan, 28 inches, arms. Let me see. 13 on the bench press, vertical 29, very bad vertical. So, you know what I'm saying? So I would have to depend on his quickness. Hold on, my boy Jay Park in the house. Listen, can you show that comment about my boy? Say, this dude right here, I played with him at U of H, bro. He played just like my boy Muhammad. He was about 5'9", low center of gravity. See them types, bro, quick, strong. You know what I'm saying? Them boys do damage, bro. Like boys be sleeping on them 5'9" dudes. They look like they out of style. Like my boys say, Sly B. Hey, when they call me Sly B, they really know me from back in the day, bro. That was my nickname from back in the day. Hey, your mic off too, Lou. He say Sly B, the lead done changed. Sly Corner's the money maker. Yep, you called it exactly.
Right.
Yeah. See, because it's a lot of 11 personnel. You know what I'm saying? And so 11, I know he know, but it's a lot of people don't know this, but you know, when you're running at 11, it's a lot of 3 receiver sets. And I be hearing my content creators get it wrong a lot because they be trying to talk football and they be messing it up. They be saying stuff like nickel is the new base. It's like, bro, don't expose that you don't know what you're talking about. No, nickel is never a base, bro.
But Nicholas to get if it's to match the personnel. Like if they ain't going 13, you know, like you were saying, Mike Moore receivers.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it. So you can guys don't even play Madden. Jesus. Base is when you have more linebackers on the field. Nickels is when you more DBs on the field, y'all.
It's 3. Yeah. It's when you have 5 DBs. That's what a nickel is, bro.
Yeah.
Like, don't show that you like. I'm trying to see because I know some of them dudes be like making up shit. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be like, bro, you showing it, bro. No, nickel is not a base. The base package is when you have 3 linebackers, bro. When you got 2 linebackers, that's a nickel. And when you have 1 linebacker, that's a dime package. And you substituted them for either a cornerback or a safety.
Yeah, you got to add 8 added safeties. Now, I mean, if you're trying to say that we got hybrid linebackers that can cover too, I mean, that's still not.
Yeah, that's still
a base package.
That's still a base package. So
people don't know. They don't know it, man. They like if I tell them, oh, what's a 4-3 over? They don't know what an over is. They barely know what it's all good. That's real ball talking right there.
But I got a couple of more, man. I'm giving you all my 3-star guys. So
let me
Quincy Riley out of Louisville.
I knew you was gonna like him.
Why you know that? Well, how you doing?
Because you gave me like some like you like them sticky corners, man.
Yeah,
Like
and they play good, bro. Like see the corners that I like is the ones who play with good speed control, bro. I love that. You got to be somebody that can stop, bro. I don't like no corner. My boy Jason Parker, who was just in here, will say the same thing, bro. If it take you 2 breaks to stop, you trash. You gonna cause too much separation. Like people don't know what to look at when they judging corners. If you can't plant and go, bro, you gonna
wasted
get
movement.
killed.
Yeah, wasted movement.
It's wasted movement, bro. Like the bet. That's why when you ask me, what do I want to see in corners? I want to see consistency in your feet work. See, that's one thing my boy Jason Parker had day in and day out. Every day we used to, JP, my boy JP, he watching. We used to watch film on each other every practice in which that creek. And see, our coach used to teach us, he used to always tell us, don't be the, he used to always say, don't be the mama with the ugly baby, right? Because he would say, I'm finna critique y'all, right? So he would sometimes call on me or he'll call on Jason. He would say, critique Jason. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Because my boy was consistent. He was consistent. I'd be like, bruh, didn't take no false step, used the perfect read hand. He planned him on the upfield shoulder. He took no dead steps. He was in his hip. You know what I mean? And he consistent. I used to look at my boy right here. I used to have to critique him every day. And I can't remember. It was one year I couldn't remember a bad rep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I could break you down, bro. I was real good at that. I could tell you, yeah, you did this, you did that. You should have speed turn on that. You should have opened up your hips right. You didn't. You know what I'm saying? You let them stack you. You shouldn't have let them stack you. Nah, it's about consistency, bro. And he know what I'm talking about when I say if you take them double steps, you trash. You trash. And a lot of people don't know how to look for that. They just be looking at people move. You got to look at it. Can you get out that break and go?
It. Right,
Yeah. And if it take you 2 stops, you out of there.
Too heavy, or you just don't know your weight.
Oh,
you know how to control your weight. Yeah,
you got to be able to control your weight. So now Quincy Riley is somebody else, bro, that I gave 3 stars to. You know what I'm saying? And all of these dudes kind of played the same to me. And you know what it told me? You know what it's telling me that when I got so many 3-star corners, you know what I think going on, bro?
It's a lot of better development.
Yeah. You took the words out of my mouth. I think what's going on is the prep it's so much 7-on-7. So many 7-on-7 camps. So just imagine we didn't come up with 7-on-7 camps. Me and my boy JP. We came up on put them cleats on.
Right.
Put them pads on. That's when you was go get it in. We didn't come up in 7-on-7 camps. You see what I'm saying? These dudes and these receivers, the receiver training and the corner training is the best in the world right now. I think that's why you're starting to get, and that's also why I think the best corners alternate now. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the training, because I really got to the point to where all of them were starting to look almost the same to me, technique wise. And then I listen to these coaches now. I listen to the one-on-one coaches. They coaching super good now, bro. They got real good. They know how to really coach. You see, me and my boy JP, I would say, and I'm not capping when I say this, my boy will attest to this, bro. The dude in the chat right now, he attested to this. We had the best corner coaches, I would say, probably in college, especially his sophomore year. We had Donnie Henderson, right? Donnie Henderson turned my boy JP to an outright dog, right? But it was the teaching. He was teaching us about eye progression and reading 3-step. You know, what was the probability of being beat inside and how to know. So put it like this: Donnie Henderson was Gilmore's coach.
Like Stephon?
Yes. What that tell you?
Exactly.
So when people used to say Stephon Gilmore, he's smart, that was kind of Donnie Henderson. Donnie Henderson was so good, bro. My boy JP, I ain't gonna never forget this. My boy out of Virginia. I ain't gonna never forget this. Donnie Henderson took a job, bro. Got a big promotion. My boy cried, bro. And he wasn't no crybaby, bro.
Hmm.
And then he said Andre Swayze, Colorado strength coach now. So that's our other cornerback coach. So when you hear our coaches is around the league doing shit. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
I strength coach too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so like we come from like real good coaches, bro. Like so that's what honestly up my whole kind of understanding. I'm glad my boy in here because he'll tell you it was one time just in terms of like a lot of people don't respect defensive coordinators enough and how genius they can be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, like one day, my Coach Henderson, showed me he was absolutely genius, bro. JP will tell you, we was sitting in film, right? We was sitting in film, and we was getting ready to play Cincinnati, and he came in there, and he said, "Hey guys," and he always used to dip. He used to have dip in his mouth all the time. So he said, "Hey guys, we finna lose," and we like, Coach, that's some whole shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He said, "We finna lose." He said, "Let me show y'all. We out leveraged." And he drew up a running scheme, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "We don't have the." He said we don't have the leverage for this play, right?
It's a numbers game.
Yeah, and so he said, "I ain't slept all night." JP will tell you. He said, "I didn't go to sleep." He said, "I tried to tell him, coaches ain't listen to me. We gonna lose this game."
They
We
ran it
was
to death.
we was beating them, bro. Like we was up by like 30. They found that play. It came back with it, bro, and beat us, dog. I swear to God. I'm not playing, bro. And I watched it and I said,
Yeah,
that's
that
the exact play he said was gonna beat us. And they was doing it over and
over,
over,
over and over and
over
over
and
and
over.
over and
Just
over again.
and I said, that's genius, bro. He saw it from the scheme. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I didn't mean to get twisted.
Man, no, you're right. I mean, this is why I want to tie it back. Look, D coordinators are smart.
They
I keep
smart.
saying it. I keep saying it. They are not gonna do the harder thing. They're gonna do the easier thing. If they
Yeah,
can see a matchup, they can create.
yeah.
They're gonna take it. Why wait? What we doing?
What we doing?
Pride comes before the fall. Like, you
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right.
Like we gonna attack it. If I can get Micah, and this is why I hated, our D coordinators for the longest here at Dallas, because we would make him go up against the best of the best. When the other tackle over there, we leave him, high and dry.
Exactly. Goofy shit like that.
Like, come on, like switch him over.
Switch him over.
We ain't trying to sell no tickets.
Yeah, we ain't
I mean,
trying to
we
sell no
are,
tickets.
but
It's not a vanity contest. You gotta. And it's sad when you hear some more common sense from content creators. Like Vacha always said, what you should do with Michael Parsons is play the game, find a scrub.
That's what he said. Find a scrub.
Like, and it's so goddamn common sense. It's like, why Vacha got to be the one with the common sense?
And he said it because they do it. That's why I'm so high. I'm not having Brock Hoffman out there. I'm trying to tell y'all, they be playing it with us.
It's gonna be a game.
They did it. They did it.
Yeah,
they did it versus the Eagles.
The right D coordinators go do it, bro.
Jalen Carter said, "Okay," and then the old line, y'all don't think y'all smart? Oh, let's just send the zone protection his way. They can be like, "Oh, really? Oh, we know y'all rules. Walk that linebacker up, break that zone up. Everybody man on man.
Right,
gonna be.
It's right.
Brock Hoffman, what you gonna do versus Jalen Carter?"
And I'm gonna tell you somebody else that's gonna have a bad year one just because of what he put on tape. People ain't gonna believe me. I'm gonna tell you right now, Ted.
Yeah, you said it.
Because I'm gonna tell you what a smart D coordinator do to Ted. They'll say he put up some bad film on that press. They'll get their most physical press corner and the guy that's stickiest, and they'll assign it to him all game.
It's in the pressure.
It's gonna be like, yeah, and send pressure to throw off your timing because what they go do is they go say, we go keep doing this until you show us that you've developed.
They did it to our rookies on the old line. Well, what I call Brock Hoffman? 3 guards.
Oh, that's right, you did.
I called him 3 guards. I said because his ass he was playing like a guard. He was over there trying to maul him like he was the bulldog. I said, "Nah, pick your head up, Hoffman." They sending them stunts every time. But we saw that all the way from week 1. He didn't get it till week 8, and once he got it, they stopped.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Shavil Revel, he got 1 star from me.
Ooh,
that Will Johnson got 3 stars. Travis Hunter got 3 stars. My last 3-star corner, Everybody go agree with this. Trey Amos.
Yeah.
Trey Amos, bro. That's a
He's 201.
and I think he go be one of those guys that got the potential to be a top corner in the league. Listen, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Don't believe nobody ranks on top corners. They all lies. Mine gonna be a lot too. I'm gonna put out my top 5. It's gonna be a lot though. I ain't gonna believe it when I put it out. I'm gonna just do my best. This year, you can't say who the best corner is. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
He
You
good.
just
He
can't,
good in
bro.
his own. He'll eat up
Yeah,
his own. He's smart.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
see, look. I know football. Look, he know how to read them 2 routes and 3 route
yeah,
combos and
yeah. Did he
read
play
number 3.
receiver? Did he play
That's
receiver?
not the one. The one I'm talking about I like is from Iowa State, Darian Porter.
Darren Porter. Let me see what my notes say on Darren.
Because he the tallest corner in the draft. He's 6'4".
I don't got no notes on Darren Porter, bro.
Yeah, now Darian Porter, I think he can be the next Trayvon Diggs. Well, that and of course the number 1 guy, Hunter.
Yeah,
But like I think Darian Porter can be. Yeah.
Hold on.
Here he is, right here. Yep, 6'4", 200. Former receiver. Or 6'3".
No wonder.
Former receiver.
No wonder. See, when you start saying them receivers that know how to really read those route progressions, that's why I asked you as soon as you said that, did he play receiver? Former receivers, you get those, bro. Hey, my boy Jay Parker say, it's my boy, man. You got to show this comment. He say, Travis generational Sly. His instincts are phenomenal. He my number 1, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, JP, I'm gonna say this too, bro. Just talking to my brother. Listen, man, this is my brother. Like, this is like my brother. Like, this is my dog. I feel like this, and I want to get your comment on this too, Lou. I think it'd be a tremendous mistake to put Travis Hunter at receiver.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a mistake because, and JP go attest to this, I don't think he mentally ready to play receiver. Because, see, too much of his personal life was put out there. And real corners are go, and it's gonna be nonstop, and it's gonna be every week. It's gonna be relentless, and it's gonna be by everybody. The whole team gonna be calling his wife name if you play offense. Now, people think that don't get in a man head. It'll get in your head that every time you get on the field, they talking about my wife. It's like, for his confidence, you got to start him off at corner. You got to start him off to where he's the attacker. Because if he's being attacked, they go hit him instead. They go cheap shot him instead. I said this the other day. I would have his wife on a shirt. And I would come out there and be like, "Sir, I smashed." I'd just be lying to him. I smashed, bro. And it'd be just
it'd be a meme, bro. No, it'd be a meme.
Yeah,
you see.
Yeah, I would do anything and everything to get in his head. It wouldn't even be personal though. It'd be just, I'm trying to get in his head. I want him thinking about me versus thinking about the audible. People think that ain't a big deal, but that's a big deal. If you want to destroy his confidence, put him on receiver first and watch how nasty them dudes are. And I would be that one, and it wouldn't be for attention. It wouldn't be because I'm trying to embarrass him. I'm just trying to get in your head. And it'd be like, hey, it's war out here, bro. I ain't got no love for you. It's what it is. My job is to demoralize you, and I'm gonna fully try to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but see, what I like about him, it's like what my boy just said. See, when he on that defense, let somebody talk about my wife then. Bah! Exactly. See, now I get to be the aggressor. So, and guess what? You then start to command the respect of the other side because I get to be physical. I get to, like, see, now if you say something about my wife, I can slap you because I'm on defense. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I can jam you in your face mask and act like it's an accident. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, like Dion used to do. He say, a sucker born every day, Sly. He ate the first. We dinosaurs now. You right. The stripper is the wife for these dudes. Oh, He said he has to play both ways. Every successful offensive is running. It's different now. Yeah,
Offense, yeah.
it might be different. Like, but I would do it. Sparingly right now. I wouldn't start him off full-time offense. He would do it in spot duty. I wouldn't put him out there, bro. I wouldn't. Like, just me. Am I overthinking it, JP? Let me know. Am I overthinking it, Lou?
No, I think I've been thinking he was a corner to begin with. I just like how he played corner.
Me
Like,
too. Me too. I think he a way better corner.
It's not even that.
receiver.
It's bigger than that. Like he got snatched away from Florida State because he went with who? Dion. He didn't went with Dion to play receiver. He been with Dion all this time to learn corner. You know what I'm saying? Like it's deeper than this.
And he could play receiver. He just a way better corner.
He's a corner. Like wait, if he gets some weight on.
Yeah, and I don't even think he need. I don't even want no weight. I like him as the slim reaper, dog.
He need a tone, a little bit more. You know what I'm saying, for that hand fight. You know.
I don't think he need nothing, bro. I think he coming in just right. You know what I mean?
You ain't getting away from him.
You ain't. He's sticky, bro.
And he receiver. See, like bro, a receiver playing corner, bro, is dangerous. Like he's seen it all.
Yeah. And my boy JP said I'm giving him 15 plays per game. I like that.
That's a good.
Out of 60, I like that. Gadgety stuff. I'll be with that. Yeah, big plays, D plays, maybe a couple of fundamental plays. Also using them as a decoy. I like that. But hey, man, I unloaded all my corners. I'm pretty much done with my 3-star guys.
Look, you hit everything I was saying. We could give our.
Oh, for real? So we pretty much had the same guys as the guy.
I mean, look, I had Darian Porter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, only thing, there's not many different
between the same guys you saw, the same guys I saw.
I mean, Azarie Thomas, I throw in there. He's a physical guy. I just worried about his, when he going against smaller players.
Yeah,
like at the Senior Bowl, Tez Johnson tore his ass up. I ain't gonna.
Yeah. Was it 1-on-1 or set or two?
It was 1-on-1, but
see 1-on-1, bro. That ain't never fair to us.
I know that favors the offense. Same thing with O-line. It favors the defense.
Any corner that's consistently winning 1-on-1 is amazing because
I think it was some team periods Tez just couldn't get touched. Like they couldn't touch.
Yeah. Because you got these quarterbacks with clear views, clear sights, no pressure, just sitting there clean, and you got a receiver who got the whole field, and you got to, you know what I'm saying, and all day, like
all day, he got like 5 different reroutes before the ball come out.
Yeah, corners that's consistently winning 1-on-1 are just like they solid, you know what I'm saying. So, and then a receiver eventually go make a play in 1-on-1. All I want to see from you in 1-on-1 is super quality traits, and I want to see fundamentals. I want to see great feet work, and I want to see you compete.
I just want to see you be there,
Yeah, I want to see you compete, but I also know that 1-on-1 is a receiver drill. It's not a corner drill.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about that last topic that we said we was going to talk about.
Go ahead. I forgot. Go ahead.
We said we was going to talk about something. You brought it up earlier.
We talked about the O-line. We got... Oh, I'm blanking.
Yeah, it was. We talked about. We said we was gonna talk about because we said.
Sugar Eye. Yes.
Let's talk about that.
So you put out a tweet.
Yeah, let's talk about that. That's important.
Like, did you talk about it? Let me see if I can find your tweet.
Okay, I got a tweet right here.
Okay, can you share it?
Yeah, I talked about the ranking. And I said, keep it real test, right? And I said, who were the better prospects coming out of college from the pictures below? And I named them. This was my list in order. Oh, yeah, you should be able to pull my tweet and show it.
Yeah, I'm finna. Yeah.
Because we got a lot of responses.
You're talking about the 7 first, right? Because you did 2 different tweets. I'm gonna do this.
I did, yeah. I did 2. I said, who was the best out of Matthew Golden and John Ross? That was a keep it real test. And then I did this one, which is who are the better prospects coming out of college from the pictures below? And I said, rank them. Okay. Now, this was actually a setup. People didn't know I was setting it up. Okay. But this was important. Because the way that you answered really kind of showed you the boom or bust potential of Tech. So Corey Davis, if people being honest, should be the number one, even over Blackman. Right? Most people said Blackman, but Corey Davis should have been your number one because he was the only one on there with 2,000 yards as a senior. Right? So he went before Mike Williams and John Ross after John Ross broke that record and had 17 touchdowns as a senior. So what did that say that the unanimous opinions of him was? That he was finna be phenomenal.
Right.
Right. So I was honest, and I ain't saying other people weren't honest, but I was really honest when I said Corey Davis in today's draft would have been your clear number one. Right. Justin Blackman was my number two. Mike Williams, my number three. Ted was then my number four.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Brown was my number five. Cortland Sutton was my number six. My seven was DK Metcalf. The messed up part is this: Corey Davis was a bust. Justin Blackman became a bust because of substance and alcoholism. So he really wasn't a bust. He more so busted himself. So I can't put bust label on him. Mike Williams, we'll say, is definitely a bust.
Mm-hmm.
But then everything under Ted, AJ Brown was a second rounder. Cortland Sutton was a second rounder. DK Metcalf was a second rounder. So this goes to what me and Lou is trying to explain as sugar eye. So Lou, Dame Bugler said today, bro, I sure wish you could pull it up. Can you pull up stuff and play sound? Nah, that'd be too hard because you would have to. That'd be too hard. I would have to cut it up for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll show it tomorrow when I'm gonna do a show with Henny now, and I'm gonna show them this. Because then nobody believe us, Lou. They think we just talk. But guess what he said, bro?
What'd he say?
He said Thomas from last year in this draft would have been the unanimous number one.
Oh, he ain't lying either.
But we been saying that. See, but they think we lying though. You feel me? They think we hating on Ted. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, bro. Ted is a bottom of the first in most drafts, bro. This is not a strong receiver class. We trying to tell y'all this, but y'all think we lying. So then y'all need to go listen to Dame. We've been telling, we've been saying that. And you know what else? Guess what Landlord said today that made me think of you, and shout out to Lou. This let you know Lou be doing real work, bro. Landlord told me today, he said, boss, I've been really dissecting these receivers, bro. And he said, Matthew Golden is better than Ted.
I said I was stamping on it, and people was like, oh, you just following out? No. See,
Bro,
I'm a Texas fan. I'm a Texas fan.
They thought you was hating on Ted.
No, I wasn't hating on Ted. It's just, I just see it differently, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and I respect everybody's opinion, but Matthew Golden, when I watch him, it's I didn't see the 4.2 speed. So when I saw it, it surprised me. It was like, they told me 1, 2 things. He training?
He training? Or they training?
Or you know what I'm saying? Or they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he been working, you know? But
right.
the kid, like I said, I'm a Texas fan. Like when Isaiah Bond, shout out to Landlord, he from Alabama. Dog, when Isaiah Bond was at the top of the first round, I was like, is Golden staying at school? Because Golden was the one, like, I'm talking about, like, hands, routes. I'm talking about the full route tree. I value that. How like Vice said it perfectly. He said he don't run a slant the same way. He run a slant differently.
Yeah, he variety his routes up.
Tempo, you know.
I see a lot of y'all saying Golden has a higher ceiling. I guess y'all saying than Ted. And then my boy Buddha said, oh no, they talking about Golden better than Ted. Yeah, so a lot of people agree with you now, bro. That's dope. See, listen, y'all, I love that because that's respect to people who do work. I call that doing work in the black. Where you go do your own work and you don't listen to nobody, and you come back and you make your own list and your own rank, and then people catch up with you. You know what I'm saying? And that shows you, bro, you was in the black. You had your own mind. Nobody wanted to agree with you on that earlier, but now that everybody's starting to do their own homework, everybody coming around, that Golden is better than Ted. Now, I would still take Ted over Golden, though.
And I wouldn't be mad either, because Golden don't have that size.
That's what I need.
That catch radius.
Yeah,
I was like, you know, and look, I'm being secret. Yeah, I ain't mad at any of these receivers. I'm really not. Top 4. I'm not.
Yeah.
And I just, I
Yeah.
like even I shit on what's his name,
Yeah. You
He's a
shit on
hot.
Ibuka?
Well, I'm just like as far as 12, yes, because I don't.
Yeah, he
We should,
too.
we
Yeah,
this is a
see,
12 is dog. We're like if this is basketball, this is lottery. You know what I'm saying? A
man.
lottery. Yeah, it's different. Like let's categorize the rounds. No, round one is the board. If you top 15, top
You
10, we getting game franchise changes. You know what I'm saying? Second
fact.
round, you get your guy. That's
That's
why
fact.
that's why the Cowboys always miss because that that's the guys you like.
They gamble. They
They,
gamble.
they,
They
they
try to
gamble
get it.
because they
They
love
try to
these
get the
guys.
risky first rounder. That's
Third round, that's them real third, fourth. I love day. Is it day two? I love day two.
yeah,
Day two, day three.
That's
That's
money.
that's that's where them guys that's the the meat of your team. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That's the meat and potatoes. And then late round, that's who you taking a fly on. And undrafted. Yeah, we know it's such. But 12, at 12, I don't want a guy who was okay with being number two. I don't want that. Because
See,
if you want a receiver and you just want a number two and you saying, okay, well, he's good at being number two, to me, you capping it out. I thought you wanted a dog.
but see, Ibuka's a dog though.
He is. You know what I'm saying? And that's why
Because
I wouldn't be mad at him.
because the receivers is crazy this year. So let me define how I see the receivers. All of them are overrated to me. Okay,
That's a good.
that's number one.
Mhm.
But for what I need that basketball player, so I will go with Ted, right? Because Dak hasn't had that big weapon, right, since Bryce Butler, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
you saying fit. You trying
the
solely
best fit though
fit.
is the best fit though for Dallas, and I'm just saying for Dallas,
For
not
that.
necessarily Dak. For Dallas, it's Ibuka.
It is.
He the best fit because he giving you everything. He giving you the route running,
Blocking.
blocking, and so it's like when your coach saying we want our identity to be physicality,
That's
that's him.
yes. And I would take that. Because
Yeah,
nobody talks about that. I get on the old line, but your tight end sucked that blocking last year. Terrible. Jesus
yeah,
Christ. And I hated that
yeah,
McCarthy kept doing that.
yeah.
And then he kept doing that goof ass look crack toss with Brandon Cooks little ass. He acted like he gonna crack on Aiden Hutchinson, like that's gonna work. Like we finna capture the edge. So I would be more comfortable if we were still doing that with a Ibuka. Ibuka gonna put his shoulder in in the Aiden Hutchinson, and he ain't afraid. He ain't gonna win the rep, but you know what I'm saying. I appreciate, and he can do it. He can do a hell of a. He got a lot of players what's that sweep, that
Yeah,
jet sweep.
yeah,
He got some rushing yards off the year
yeah, yeah.
off doing that.
And bottom line is Ohio State is the best pro factory in football the
Y'all
last
not lying.
years. It's the best pro factory.
You're not lying. You're not. We need to
The pro factory.
we need to start. Yeah, like somebody said in the chat when we was talking in the creators that we with the Eagles got Georgia. We need Ohio State.
Say, man, my boy Soul God has kept it real, bro. He said Schoon last year was the best tight end in your room, and that's a damn shame. At least you kept it real, bro. People ain't want to give Schoon no credit, man. Like, we got to learn to do that, bro. I know we all knock Schoon because we hated to pick, but we also got to be able to recognize when he improved. He did. Yes, his improvement was more so not dropping anything, which you would expect, but he still improved. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I appreciate you at least recognizing that, man. I really want to see more of that out of Cowboy Nation. Is when you see people doing better, let's say that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when they need to be held accountable, let's say that. But we do a lot of holding people accountable. We don't do enough coming around and humbling ourselves when they actually show us something different. You know what I mean? It's almost like we want to hold on to our original opinion too much. I would want Cowboy Nation to do a little bit better at that. Right. But this will be my synopsis, man. I've been thinking about how to explain this. I read the scriptures a lot. I do. And Esau sold his birthright over a bowl of beans. So this is what Lou and I is trying to explain to people as much as we can. what's going on is that Cowboy Nation is like Esau right now. You are legitimately hungry. See, when Esau sold his birthright, he was legitimately hungry. But he made the wrong long-term decision over his stomach.
Mm-hmm.
That's what me and Lou is saying be careful of. I think we got our hands on these receivers right. Recognize when you pick a receiver. I'm going to tell you what you're really getting. You're not getting a top. You're not really getting a 12 this year if you pick them at 12. I'm just being honest with you. You're not getting a 12 this year. You're getting really a 28.
You
Or you
took
getting
CD at 17.
I'm just being honest with y'all. We hungry. So I'm going to be honest with you. Every one of them got warts. I'm being honest with you. You see what I'm saying? So what we don't want is we don't want, see, Lou said it best. 12 supposed to be like,
Like,
you got to be up here to get that. Like, you got to be up here to get a Michael Parsons. You got to be up here to get a Surtain. You see what I'm saying? You got to be up here to get a Slater. You got to be up here to get you a Panay Sewell. You got to be up here to get a Pitts. See, you see, it's not about need. I don't care about need at 12, y'all. I'm over by which one of these is the dog that's going to be the dog for the next 5 years. That's how I would sum up everything we talked about today.
and it's more than one way to skin a cat, y'all.
That's true.
If we get the best corner, he gonna have the same impact as if we give Dak another weapon.
Yeah.
We didn't made our pass defense a lot better. We didn't make Micah more effective. Now Micah got more time to go kill somebody quarterback.
Right.
We get a D tackle. I'm doing a backflip, even though like like you know what I'm saying. Like we added to the room because I want more bodies, and this is a generational D tackle cloud, especially if we pick the right one.
Yeah.
And we can stop the run.
Yeah.
Y'all, we can stop the run. That's what Micah. If you want to get Micah help, damn a damn pass rusher. Allow somebody like we can't run on them right now. Like we physically gotta pass the ball. Micah licking his chops, man.
Yeah.
That's how. And honestly, I think everybody with people's opinion. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is gonna be the realest thing I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all thinking about August. I'm thinking about December.
Ooh, talk.
I'm thinking about when it get cold. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it because I'm scared of the cold. I'm just telling you right now why the teams win the way they win. They built for all types of seasons. Philly was built for all types of seasons. You know what I'm saying? And that's when they got there, and you know what I'm saying, the Chiefs did a good job taking their left hand away, where the right hand was always hit. That's when the weapon come and everything up. But you going in with just a right hand. What happened when they take that away? Because they teams can take away both your receivers. Especially if you can't run the ball.
Damn, my boy Buddha say, "Give me Book at 12."
Look,
Buddha,
Buddha
Street.
I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about right now. I'm thinking about the playoffs, man. The playoffs. The cold. Yeah. When teams, we just talked about how them genius D coordinators look. Here's a little secret. Everybody don't show their hand the whole season.
Yep. Yeah.
Now after 17 games, your tendencies come out on film. That's why when we were cooking all year with CD Lamb, and everybody was like, you saw that film versus Buffalo, right? Yeah, we're gonna spam it all game. It's a copycat league.
Yeah,
and they got their hand ready to. Are you gonna have a counter?
Right.
And that's why they've been saying since the 1900s. The same two things travel: a run game and a defense.
Right. Yeah, man. So I'll say this, man. Did you want to close it out?
Yeah, we can close it out.
I'll say this, man. Just summing up everything. I think we was very fair to Sidique Charles. I think it was fair. I think we didn't come in here with he's a cancer, he's a quitter. We looked at that as a possibility, but then we also looked at the other possibility, and we exposed to where he could have quit out of righteousness. If you missed that part, rewind it, because we talked about all angles of it. I think it was very fair. But then we went into the corners. and I'm gonna just say this about the corners, just to sum that up. It's almost impossible to say which one of those guys the best. It's too many 3 and 4 star corners. But then lastly, I'll say this. I honestly hate that we having these debates on weapons versus physicality, because the only reasons we having the debate is because free agency didn't do what they needed to do at wide receiver 2. If they would have took care of wide receiver 2 in free agency, it would be no debates. Everybody would be feeling us on what we talking about with this physicality. Most people would be agreeing with Booker if they had wide receiver 2 out the way. But every time we talk about physicality, they can't do it because that, just like Esau, they hungry, bro. They hungry for that meat. And it's like, until you satisfy my stomach,
I don't want nothing else.
I ain't trying to hear nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't matter none of the facts that I talk about in terms of the physicality on the line, how the protection can help Dak, how you can still make a trade and go get that number 2, how you got the cap space, you can still go get that number 2. Is free agent still sit out there that all of us would be happy with? None of that matters until they feed you. And that's just where we at right now. And I want y'all to recognize, though, this. Lou is not a bad guy, y'all. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not your enemy because I want to be physical. And because I want Dak to stand up right after having multiple injuries. It's not us. We your friends, okay? We still know that their weapons are important. We're your friends. I don't want y'all to look at us as the enemy. I promise you, we all want the same thing. And guess what? And I'm going to stand on this. We both right. That's what I want y'all to realize. It's not weapons right and trenches wrong. No, trenches right and weapons are right. Front office, y'all got to finish it. That's my final word.
Yeah, my final words is this. I already said what I got to say. Make sure y'all like and subscribe the video. Subscribe to Boss. I'm gonna start the pub right now. Listen, turn on notification bells. We got a dope show coming. We're gonna do the rollout soon. Listen, DC Universe is getting together. We're gonna be covering this draft like none other before. We're gonna be right here giving our play-by-play, day-by-day, whatever you want to say, and talking about other teams, because we do the homework. You see what happens, we do the homework. We before all, the experts. I don't want to get on today. But listen, if you tune it in, come click in, and kick it with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't saying to turn off ESPN. I'm saying if you can, you know what I'm saying, grab an iPad and an iPhone and tune in to DC Universe. We're gonna be putting on a great show. So
bro,
make sure to subscribe to your favorite content creators, Henny, Boss. I don't want to give away the full lineup, but you've been seeing who. Make sure to tune in. Make sure to tune in. Any last words?
We dope, bro. Nah, that's it. I love it.
Hey, man, we do this for the first blame and the last congratulator, man. I appreciate everyone.